There's a rich history between Michigan State and Illinois in Big Ten women's gymnastics. Over 40 all-time meetings have produced some memorable meets, and their first get-together of this year figures to build on the tradition. Michigan State brings a young team to Champaign, led by sophomore Nicole Curler, a first-team All-Big Ten selection a year ago. Illinois finished last season with their highest national ranking ever and have reloaded this year with freshmen like Allison Buckley, who already has 8 event titles this season. It's Michigan State, Illinois, coming up next on the Big Ten Network. Two teams separated by only 4 spots in the national rankings. It's the Spartans of Michigan State facing the Fighting Illini of Illinois from the University of Illinois campus. A pleasant good evening and welcome to Champaign, everyone. Steve Schlanger alongside the former NCAA All-American Rob Brown. Now, Illinois won the 2 meetings between these two sides last year, first in East Lansing and then later on at the Big Ten Championships. But, Rob, it really seems to be the Spartans who bring all the momentum into this year's first meet.
Steve, they definitely have a lot of momentum. They have improved at every competition they've been at this year. Their scores have elevated from mid-January through early February, so they really have a great momentum going.
Yeah, you see many of the numbers leading up to their last meet where they defeated Maryland. And Michigan State is coached by Kathy Klages, who's now in her 18th year in East Lansing, also a 3-time winner of the Big Ten Coach of the Year honor.
Yes, Kathy is a veteran coach. She knows how to prepare her teams, and she should have her squad ready for a great competition.
And she's going to turn to sophomore Nicole Curler tonight, who will be her best hope in the all-around competition.
Nicole was an outstanding performer last year as a freshman. Look for her to be even more confident and even stronger as a sophomore.
Now we focus now on the Fighting Illini of Illinois, and they're coming off one of their best ever seasons in school history a year ago, but it's been kind of a struggle for them out of the gate so far this season. They're only 2-5 so far.
Coach Bob has talked about trying to work on some of the smaller things to get his team back on a roll to see if they can get back on track and win some meets.
Now Bob Starkel, now in his 9th year here in Champaign, only half as many years here at Illinois as Klages has in the bank at Michigan State. He's a California native, but really seems to have found a home here in the Midwest.
Yes, Bob has done a great job in building this program. He's able to recruit easier, greater athletes, and of course, that's how you build a program.
And one of his top recruits is this freshman from Schaumburg, Allison Buckley, who he says really has no weaknesses.
Allison, as a freshman, has the highest all-around score for Illinois this year. So she definitely is the anchor for this team and needs to have a good meet if they want to win this meet.
On to the rotations now. Michigan State starts off on the uneven bars before moving to vault, then floor, and finishing off on the balance beam. Illinois, meanwhile, heads in the opposite direction. They'll kick off on the vault before heading to the bars, the beam, and then close their night with the floor exercise. Well, Michigan State has lost their last 6 visits here to Illinois. We'll see if the Spartans can end the slide when we come back to Champaign next on the Big Ten Network. Back inside Huff Hall, where number 22 Michigan State is making their first trip out of the state of Michigan this season as they come to Champaign to face number 26 Illinois. Let's take a look at the vault order for the Fighting Illini. The freshman Melissa Fernandez will lead things off, followed by the sophomore Nicole Cowart. Then it's Marika Boderman, Michelle McGrady, Allison Buckley, and then the anchor, junior Lindsay Smith. And for Michigan State on the uneven bars, Nikki Argaros will lead off, the freshman going ahead of 3 sophomores, Megan Berglund, Nicole Curler, and Emily Lopatovsky. Caitlin Rogensack is second to last, and then the Spartan anchor is the sophomore, Rochelle Robinson. Illinois will begin on the vault with the freshman from Kansas, Melissa Fernandez, the 2006 Kansas State champion in this event. Our first athlete of the evening here in Champaign. Illinois, fourth in the Big Ten right now in the vault, 25th nationally in this event as Bob Starkel looks on and ready for his night to begin.
Great start to the competition. Melissa had great form. This vault is called the Yurchenko. It's a round-off entry. You're going to see a lot of those tonight. You can see how tight her legs are and the full twist and a nice landing. And of course, the basics in gymnastics, and we talked earlier about some of the things the coaches were looking for tonight, is the landings. You saw a small step, so that's one thing that the judges are going to really hound on, is those landings.
We move over to the uneven bars now. Our first look at the Spartans this evening. And for Michigan State, this is Nikki Argaros. You see her best score so far this year. Argaros, the freshman from Livonia, Michigan, a member of the 2003 Greek national team.
Nikki's got a nice start, nice cast handstand, and a beautiful game guard. Great form, a very difficult skill to keep your legs together on. Nice giant work, full pirouette. And that's a straddle back to the low bar. Working very cleanly right now. Full giant right into a double back dismount. Nice start for Michigan State on bars.
Well, Argaros had an ACL injury last year, but a good start to her collegiate campaign here this year as a freshman. Her Greek parents actually love it in the state of Michigan, as they've come over, made a home here along with their daughter, beginning their tenure at Michigan State. And now we take you back to the vault, and Nicole Cowart, a sophomore from Indiana.
Next on the vault for the Illini.
Now Nicole, the 2006 Indiana State High School champion.
Another Yurchenko, but instead of the full twist like we saw Melissa perform, there was a half twist. Much more difficult to land, but she did a fantastic job.
High fives all around from Nicole.
And again, here's the round-off entry. Nice block off the horse, nice height. Now watch, only a half turn, so now she's facing away from the horse. It's a blind landing, little hop, probably a half a tenth.
Now Cowart, last year a first team all Big Ten selection in her freshman season. To the uneven bars now. Second competitor for the Spartans. This is Megan Berglund, another Michigan native. Now she's had a back injury recently, only competing in this event at this point in the season.
And Megan again starts very cleanly. Full pirouette giant. Blind change. Another full pirouette, nicely done. Bail to the low bar. Again, Michigan State working very clean. A little short on the handstand. That's something the judges talked to me about earlier. They're looking for those handstands. And a beautiful double layout dismount. Small step in the landing, but a great finish to that routine.
Now the transition from one bar to the next, right here.
This is called a bail. She actually slows down her swing because she wants it, that handstand, and she did a great job. Nails it.
Now Megan, part of that sophomore class that's really the strongest of any class for the Spartans this year.
And again, the beautiful double layout dismount. Great job. Small step in the landing, but great finish.
You got it, Nick.
Let's send you back to the vault now. And Illinois with Marika Boderman. Now the junior from Illinois had 4 individual event titles a year ago. 2 of those came right here in this event. Very powerful vaulter. Boderman now ready.
Another great vault, full twisting Yurchenko. We've seen that earlier. Again, looking for those landings. Nice height, though. Again, the judges are looking for a nice explosion off the horse. They're black. Great height. Look how high she is over the horse. But, again, the finish is that landing. And look at the step.
It's the hand position here on the vaults.
Right there. Nice angle onto the horse that allows her to get a strong push to get the height she needs to hopefully stick that landing.
Now, Boderman won the all-around against Michigan State as a freshman a couple of years ago. Next on the uneven bars for Michigan State, the sophomore Nicole Curler, who will turn 20 years of age a week from yesterday.
A little unusual, goes right to the high bar for a mount. Line change, straddle back again, looking for the handstand, and she nailed it.
Why start on the high bar like that?
It's just kind of how you coordinate your skills. In an optional routine, you're allowed to use your best skills, and that's just how she was able to put a routine together. And got into trouble right there, was not able, she wanted to go over on the cast handstand, had to come down for an extra swing, and that's gonna cost her. Finished it, a couple steps, but still finished strong. So unfortunately, that break in the middle of the routine is gonna cost her.
Let's take a look back at the dismount here.
There's her giants before the dismount. She's got great height. I think after having that bobble, she maybe overreacted a little bit. Too much power caused her to over-rotate, and you see the 2 or 3 steps she had to take.
Now Nicole Curler, the Big Ten Gymnast of the Week after the first Spartan meet of this season. And now back on vault. This is Michelle McGrady, the senior, and one of a precious few seniors on this Illinois roster. Both teams very young, the Spartans and the Fighting Illini.
Illinois has been strong so far. They're looking for their first stuck landing. Great vault. Ooh, I thought she could have stuck that one. I think one of the best vaults. Straight, great height, and of course, great landing except for that small step. Again, the Yurchenko with a full twist. Great vault, beautiful height. She's got great distance, and you can see how tall she is. It looks like she can land that, but again, takes that small step.
You would expect a good result from her. She was second in the vault at the NCAA South Regional Championships a year ago. On bars for the Michigan State Spartans, this is Emily Lopatovsky. Lopatovsky turns 20 tomorrow. She won the uneven bar event in the Spartans' last meet against Maryland. Her second victory of the year in the uneven bars.
Emily, also great start so far. She's hit all of her handstands. She's got beautiful form and very strong to the handstands. That's impressive to the judges also. And it's a catch-up. It's a very difficult release move. Nice job. And now the dismount. Double layout. Awesome. Stuck landing. Beautiful recovery for Michigan State by Emily on bars.
Now you wouldn't know it, but Lopatovsky still struggling with an ankle injury. But a terrific routine and landing.
Here she is working out of a pirouetting giant. And again, here's that bail to the low bar. Looking for the handstand. There it is. Beautiful job.
Now Michigan State, right now third in bars in the Big Ten Conference. And we'll continue with more from Champaign in just a moment. It's the show for all Big Ten fans, featuring highlights, analysis, interviews, and much more. Big Ten Tonight, every Saturday through Thursday, right here on the Big Ten Network. Now on the vault, it's Allison Buckley, who has 3 titles so far this season in this event. The freshman from Schaumburg has developed into one of the top performers on this Fighting Illini team this season. 8 titles overall this year and 12 top threes.
Nelson, also Yurchenko. Wow. Did you see the explosion off the horse? That was the best vault we've seen tonight. Watch how quick she is off the vault table. Boom, hands on, pow. Look how high she is. Beautiful straight body, and look how tall she is when she lands, and oh so close to sticking it. Look at the height. Beautiful extension on the twist. Beautiful vault.
So animated and determined for a freshman, and one of several freshmen that the Illinois Fighting Illini have starring for them. As we take you back to the uneven bars, Caitlin Rogensack, a junior from Wheaton, Illinois. And she was the Illinois State champion in this event back in 2002. One of the leaders of this team, the most experienced of anybody on the Michigan State roster.
And Caitlin, fantastic start. A Ginger for her release move. Full twisting pirouette. Bail the handstand. Again, hit looks very strong, very clean, and really hits the positions. A little short on that handstand. And the dismount. Another double layout. Beautiful. Small step on the landing, but again, a very strong, clean routine.
Here's the transfer between bars once more.
Full pirouette. Again, you'll see her slow down her swing. The bail, beautiful. See how nice and straight she was? That's what the judges are looking for. And again, watch this beautiful dismount. It's a double layout, beautiful extension. Underestimates how high she is and has to take the step backwards, but a beautiful routine.
We'll also see Rogensack on the beam and the floor here tonight. And now it's Lindsay Smith, the junior from just outside of St. Louis for the Fighting Illini. Lindsay, the anchor in their vault lineup here tonight. Another powerful vaulter. She was second in this event against Michigan State a couple of years ago.
Again, Yurchenko, and it looks like she had some trouble. That she was way up on the front end of the horse. I don't think she was able to block off and had to bend her knees. That vault is not worth as much as I think she wants to perform. Again, I don't know if she had trouble on her steps, but you could see on the board, her knee buckled. She does not get any block off the horse and has to tuck her knees up, so that is going to cost her.
Now, certainly not the last sort of performance you want to wrap up an event.
No. Luckily, though, they had a strong 5 performers in front of her, so Illinois should be okay.
Now on uneven bars. Michigan State wrapping things up with the sophomore from Virginia, Rochelle Robinson.
Now watch this routine, Steve. I'm sorry. She's a very powerful performer, and she's got a spectacular release move in the middle of her set. Look at the height on that Tkachev. And right to another release. Oh! A little too much power. Could not get her hands on the low bar and had to take the 5/10 deduction.
A surprising result here as the final athlete on bars here for Michigan State. First team All Big Ten a year ago. Went to the NCAA championships in the all-around last year, the only Spartan to do so, and then sticks the landing.
That's exactly right. Something I remember my coaches telling me, when you get into trouble, you have a break, you can't give up, you got to get every 10th, and she did a nice job finishing that routine with a stuck landing.
And certainly not the 2 results that these teams would like on vault and bars to wrap up their first rotations.
Look at this
Look at the stumble here.
Beautiful height. That is unbelievable. But again, a little bit too much power. See how close she came in on that low bar and wasn't ready and had to take the fall.
And the dismount much better.
Again, nice job recomposing herself, beautiful form, and sticks the landing. Got every 10th she could.
Now, Rochelle Robinson was second in the all-around against Illinois last year. And we'll take one more look at exactly where her hand slipped on the bars.
All right, watch again. We're going into our release move. You'll see out of the picture, she's so high. Unbelievable. Now, she's got good contact, but again, I think she let go a little early. That propelled her forward too much and wasn't ready for that low bar.
Through one rotation here in Champaign, the Fighting Illini lead the Spartans. And Rob, is this a surprise to you?
Steve, I thought it'd be closer. Michigan State had 2 breaks on bars. Illinois, though, wasn't able to stick any of their landing, so Illinois is lucky they're ahead.
Now, Michigan State has not won a head-to-head meet in the Big Ten in over 2 years, and now they're forced to fight from behind here at Illinois tonight. Early on here at Huff Hall, and the Fighting Illini lead Michigan State after the first rotation. Rotation number 2 will feature Michigan State on vault, led by a pair of sophomores, Lopatovsky and Curler, and then 2 freshmen behind them, Argaros and Morley, before Rochelle Robinson and Banda Scott, the senior, close things out. Illinois on bars tonight will lead off with the senior Mel Carrick, and then a pair of juniors, a sophomore, freshman, and then Nicole Cowart, the sophomore, to close things out. Michigan State ready to roll on the vault. This is Emily Lopatovsky.
Beautiful handspring front, pike position, great height. Let's take a look at the replay. Again, we've been watching the round-off entry vaults. This is a front vault. Nice height, has a little break in the knees, but a nice landing. Again, watch, nice block off the horse, but watch right here. The knees bend a little bit, that's a small deduction.
Michigan State has improved their score on the vault in every meet so far this season. They're right now second in the Big Ten. Now Illinois, their first crack at the uneven bars. Crystal Melcarrick, the senior from Wisconsin, will lead them off. Now Melcarrick, formerly the most improved gymnast on this Illinois team. Very consistent here in this particular event, the uneven bars.
That's probably why they've got a first up in the lineup. They want to get things rolling. Beautiful back up rise to handstand. There's the full pirouette. And a Ginger, beautiful job. Again, tough to keep the form on that. She did a great job. Bale, a little short of the handstand, but still very good. And now she's going to get ready for a dismount. A full pirouette. Right to a double back, tuck position, and sticks the landing. That's why she's leading off the squad here on bars.
Boy, in such an imprecise sport, it's just so relieving for a coach to have somebody that reliable.
Let's watch her release move. Sets up, and again, this is a flyaway with a half turn. Again, little break, but still beautiful. I think in slow motion we can see it. And now the dismount. She's going to go full pirouette right into the double tuck dismount. Look at the beautiful form, legs together, and nails the landing.
And her head coach, Bob Starkel, right there with a word of congratulations and a strong start for the Illini here in the second rotation.
Go, Illini!
Now over to the vault, the sophomore Nicole Curler.
And Nicole's going to have to pick it up here. She had troubles on bar. She needs a strong vault to get herself back in this meet.
Now Nicole went to the same gym as her head coach, Kathy Klages, in her early years.
There's the round of entry. Beautiful job. That's what an anchor for your team does. She comes back strong, nails that vault.
Demonstrating a powerful beginning.
Again, there's the round-off entry. Watch the nice block off the horse. And again, a more difficult vault because she's facing away. She can't see the landing, and yet finally a stuck landing. Watch this body position. Beautiful angle. It allows her to snap off the horse. Nice height, beautiful straight body. Great vault.
And Curler competing in the all-around this week after skipping it last week against Maryland. As we now move back over to the bars, and Fighting Illini of Illinois are going to send Marika Boderman, the junior, up next. One of 3 events she's competing on here tonight. Boderman has a younger sister who's a gymnast at Michigan, also an older sister who was also a gymnast here at Illinois until just last year.
Beautiful start. Nice full turn over the top on her giant. And again, hitting those handstand position, handstands. And there was a Jaeger. It's a front flip. Beautiful form. The bail hits the handstand again. Again, hits the handstand position and her dismount. Full twisting double back. Nice job. Illinois puts 2 strong routines together. And here's her bail. And a little bit unique here, hits the handstand and then 1 foot at a time, which is not a deduction, just helps her in whatever way to situate herself to get to that high bar. And now the dismount, we haven't seen this tonight. It's a double back in a tuck position, but she adds a full twist. There's the full twist, and then the second flip. Small step in the landing, but a great set.
Now, Boderman, very superstitious athlete. For some reason, eats Skittles before every meet.
Hi, Grandma.
Now on the vault with the knee brace fixed to that right knee, Nikki Argyros. As I mentioned earlier, had that ACL injury a year ago. Argyros of Greek descent, but officially from Livonia, Michigan.
Nice fault, but again, I think there were some problems. You can see she tucked up the flight phase of that, not the vault she wanted to do. Everything looks good. She's got a good run, good on the board, but again, you see how bent her elbows were on the horse? Threw her off, she was not able to block, and had to tuck up her position to get it around.
Got to be difficult in an event like this, wearing the knee brace, still coming back from an injury to generate that sort of power in your legs.
Absolutely, and the fear of the injury is always there.
2 or 3 other balls.
And as you can see, we're back on the uneven bars for Julie Krall, a junior from Cincinnati, and our first glimpse at her tonight. Also coming back from an injury, only about 90% as she performs here. She had an ACL tear last March.
Nice job, and then the Ginger dismount too far away, could not get her hands on, and had to take the fall. At this point, the athletes have about 30 seconds to regroup, compose themselves, and then get back up and finish their routine.
It's got to be the toughest 30 seconds they go through as well.
Oh, and again, part of being a veteran competitor is recomposing yourself. You still got to get up there and get every 10th, because you don't know how the rest of your team is going to do.
Is it good to only have 30 seconds, or as a competitor, would you like to have a longer amount of time?
No, 30 seconds is enough. You want to get back up there and get back in the game. Nice job. Beautiful full pirouette on top. There's the bail. Hits the handstand. Again, nice job hitting the handstand and a dismount. Double layout. Beautiful job. Again, nice job finishing that set even with the big break in the middle.
And this was the fall earlier in her routine.
Again, the flyaway with a half turn of Ginger. Too far away. You could see her extend, trying to get the bar. Watch the extension, and just not enough to get those hands on. Nice recovery, and again, really strong dismount. Double layout, great position. Nice landing, small step.
She was the team's most outstanding gymnast just a couple of years ago. We're in rotation number 2 here in Champaign. Ten Network is looking for its most passionate fans with Big Ten superfans. The Big Ten Network wants to reward its loyal viewers with chances to win great prizes, like tickets to a Big Ten game, TVs, autographed memorabilia, iPods, and much more. Register now at BigTenNetwork.com. We are back on the vault with Michigan State and Kelsey Morley, freshman from Indiana. Morley, a walk-on.
Awesome, unique vault, kind of a throwback. You do not see many of these anymore. Again, we've seen all these Yurchenko round-off entry vaults. That was very unique, nonetheless, very difficult. Now watch this. No flips, straight on handspring, one full twist on, and 1.5 twist off.
Takes some amazing concentration to hit the vault just right.
Look at the twist, exactly, and very easy to go off axis and go crooked. She does a nice job keeping form and keeping the vault straight.
Morley, a very improved gymnast in such a limited amount of time already at Michigan State. Now on the bars, Sarah Schmidt, the sophomore from Wisconsin, who has missed the last 2 weeks with an ankle injury. Competing only on the uneven bars here this evening in her home gym.
Sarah has a very clean start. Beautiful form, really strong hitting those handstand positions. Jaeger, nice job, good catch. She's got a nice routine going here. Again, nice cast to handstand. Beautiful toe on, toe off. Full pirouette. Right to the tuck double. Nails the landing. One of the cleanest and tight routines we've seen tonight.
Let's take you back to the middle of this routine here.
Look at the beautiful body line. Here's that release move. It's called a Jaeger. It's a front flip. Easily catches that bar.
And then the dismount to finish off the routine.
And watch, it just looks effortless. Very beautiful. Beautiful form. Nails the landing. Great job.
Now Schmidt tied for second in the bars at the Big Ten Championships a year ago, scoring a 9.9. And now we're back on the vault for Rochelle Robinson, who has 2 titles in this event already this season.
And Rochelle also had troubles on bars earlier. She's looking for a strong vault to get back into this competition. Wow, great vault. Beautiful explosion off the horse. Great form, great landing.
The Junior Olympic National Vault Champion back in '04 as well as 2006, and you can see why.
And again, Steve, watch the power off the horse. Explodes off. Look at the height. Her whole body's above the horse. Nice and straight. Small hop, but again, the height of that vault was so beautiful.
Now Robinson, such a tremendous vaulter. Such power, and you saw it just a moment ago. Swing it back over to the uneven bars. Allison Buckley next to go. Allison, the freshman, is coached by her mom back in high school.
Very unique low to high bar move. She does a toe on, shoot to the high bar, but adds a half twist. And there's a beautiful Tkachev, right to release move to the low bar. This routine is packed with difficulty and also very crisp. She hits every handstand.
She already has 1 bar title this year.
In a double front, we haven't seen that tonight. Very difficult dismount. Another beautiful routine from Allison. Now watch this middle part here of her routine. Tkachev, right into the flyway to low bar. Great combination. And again, the first front dismount we've seen today. She blind changes, so she's going forward. Double front, little over rotation, but again, the difficulty makes up for that small step.
Buckley won 4 events at the high school national championships a year ago, and a tremendous start to her collegiate campaign. This is Rhiannon Bandescott for Michigan State, the anchor and final competitor on the vault for the Spartans. She's got one title in this event this season.
Wow, another beautiful vault for Michigan State. Nice job by Rihanna.
She won the vault against Stanford. Transfer from Central Michigan after her freshman season. As we look back.
And again, Steve, it's the Yurchenko type vault. There's the round-off entry. And again, what's difficult, she got the nice block, but only a half twist, so she's facing out. It's a blind landing. Great position, nice strong block. Look at the beautiful straight body line. Nice job.
Now one of the strongest vaulters on this team, the senior, bringing up the rear as the anchor here tonight. And now to close it out on the uneven bars, Nicole Cowart. We call her Suki, a name she got while training in China.
Nice original move on the high bar, right to a straddle back. Great combination. It's called a California hop. Working very cleanly, hitting the handstands. Ginger in between the bars, unbelievable. And already for a dismount, full twisting double layout. What a routine. Some of the most unique skills we've seen and the most difficult routine.
Now very splendid set of bar routines from this Fighting Illini team.
Yes, Steve, this routine was stacked with difficulty. She does a blind change, and you almost think she's in trouble, but she's setting herself up for this Ginger, and you can imagine, you don't catch that high bar, you're going to hit the low bar. Very difficult. Now watch the dismount, too. We've seen the double backs in the stretch position. She adds a full twist. Unbelievable difficulty. Watch this dismount. Great speed, full twist in the middle, nice extension, and a great landing.
Now the Fighting Illini, 5th in the Big Ten right now on the uneven bars, but a very consistent, strong performance from top to bottom for them here tonight. The Fighting Illini building on their lead here at Huff Hall. They led after the first rotation, have increased their margin after rotation number 2 here in Champaign. And as we move forward, it's the second half of the meets when we come back on the Big Ten Network.
Let's go now, Stu.
Through 2 rotations, Illinois leading Michigan State here in Champaign, and now the start order for rotation number 3, where the Fighting Illini will be on beam with Nicole Cowart, the sophomore, leading off in front of 2 freshmen. Then the senior, Michelle McGrady, before Allison Buckley and Julie Kroll closes it out. Michigan State will be on the floor with Kelsey Morley leading off. The freshman is just ahead of the junior Caitlin Rogensack, and then Kelly Moffitt, Catherine Mahoney, Nicole Curler, and then the sophomore Emily Lopatovsky to finish things off. Nicole Cowart ready to lead off for the Fighting Illini on the beam. She won titles in all 4 events and also in the all-around a year ago. Was the only one on the team to do so. One of the most versatile gymnasts on this Fighting Illini roster. Always one of the most focused as well. Approaches gymnastics with a football mentality, according to her coaches. And now, approaching the balance beam. Fighting Illini 5th in the Big Ten right now in this event.
Nicole's ready for her flight series. Flop layout, step out. Small bobble, but very nice. trouble on her leaps. You could see right on the takeoff something was wrong. And unlike the other events, we talked about that 30-second break, on balance beam, your routine has to be done within a certain time period. So when you fall off, you want to get back on immediately to stay within that time period.
Is that good or bad for the gymnast?
It's bad because, again, you have no time to compose yourself. You got to get back up there and finish your routine. She's doing a nice job after the fall. Nice standing layout step out. And a nice full twist dismount off the side of the beam. Very nice routine, except for that break on the split lead.
Let's look back at the fall here. The Fighting Illini's first on the balance beam.
And Nicole got in trouble right into it here. Something was off, her leg was out to the side too much, threw her off.
And this is a tough event if you're going to fall, because you have so much time to think about it once you get back up on the beam. It's part of the course of your routine. And now our first look at the floor exercise this evening as Michigan State is over there. 6th in the Big Ten Conference in this event, and Kelsey Morley will be the leadoff gymnast here. Morley, the walk-on, who head coach Kathy Klages says is the most improved gymnast she's ever had in her coaching career, that stretches all the way back to 1976. Nobody has ever made greater strides than this freshman from Elkhart, Indiana.
And her first pass is a handspring, double twist, layout front.
And when Morley first arrived in East Lansing, they thought she'd just be a performer on the balance beam, but she's really spread her wings, now competing on beam, vault, and floor here tonight.
Her second pass is front step out, round of flip-flop double fall, beautiful landing. She's got a great routine going so far. Dismounts, handspring, 1.5 twisting front. Nice start for Michigan State.
Now Kelsey Morley, the freshman, first on the floor here. High fives all the way down the line as we get set to look back at a portion of this routine. This was her second pass.
And that was the front step out through the round of flip-flop double fall.
So Kelsey Morley gets the Spartans off to a solid start on the floor as we get ready now to swing back to the balance beam. And for the Fighting Illini, this is Melissa Fernandez. Now Melissa, former Kansas State High School champion in this event.
Melissa readies herself for her flight series. A key difficult component in beam. 2 flip-flops to a beautiful layout step out. An illusion. Difficult enough on floor, and again on beam, obviously 10 times as difficult. Nice full turn.
Remember, the Illini had a fall on their first gymnast on the beam. And almost a fall with number 2. Boy, did she save that.
Great save. And again, has to fight for every 10th. Did a great job. Dismounts round off, double twist, big step. Besides that bobble on that aerial, side aerial cartwheel, nice routine.
Now coming up here, this is the struggle to stay on top of the beam.
Aerial, and again, it looks like she saved it there, but still has to give an extra kick. Very important because, as you mentioned, they already have a fall. There's 6 competitors, 5 scores count.
So 2 down on the beam. Not literally, only 1 went down, but 2 competitors in the books now for the Fighting Illini. As we go back over to the floor now. Second Michigan State Spartan in this event is Caitlin Rogensack. She shared the floor title last week in the victory over Maryland for Michigan State.
Caitlin's first pass, on a flip-flop, pike double back, beautiful landing.
Caitlin, a good story. Both of her parents actually went to school here at Illinois, but she was not really heavily recruited by the Fighting Illini and wound up in East Lansing. So this is an interesting sort of homecoming for her tonight.
Second pass, bounding layout fronts.
Girl, top GPA on this Michigan State team. There's gymnastics in the blood. Her stepfather owns a gym back home. See her team behind her. The team chemistry is one of the strongest aspects of this Michigan State squad.
Dismounts, run a flip-flop, 2.5 twist, and just pulls out the landing.
What do you think of Rogensack's display?
Great routine, clean. Michigan State has 2 strong sets now. Illinois has struggled on there too. And here's the dismount, run a flip-flop. 1 flip laid out position, 2.5 twists. Little low, but she manages to get her feet down and finish the routine.
So the junior from Wheaton, Illinois, smiles and a sip as she finishes her routine. And now competitor number 3 on the balance beam for Illinois. This is Lashley Morris, the freshman from Florida. She was just put into this beam lineup a couple of weeks ago when Sarah Schmidt hurt her ankle. Fighting Illini really trying to right the ship, so to speak, here in this event. They had their first gymnast fall. Second one almost fell.
And Lashley's series, beautiful, rock solid. 2 flip-flops to the layout, step out.
Very detailed, measured athlete. Analyzes her every move.
Great leap combination. Oh, that full turn is a requirement on balance beam. You're going to see every girl do it, and sometimes it's the nemesis, although they've been doing it for years in their career.
Why is it such a nemesis for them?
Well, it's one of those things that you've done it so long and it's so easy, your mind, you get a lapse in thought during it, and it sometimes costs you a couple tenths. But for being thrown in here last second in the lineup, that was a great job. All right, here's her flight series. This is one of the strongest ones we've seen. Look how solid this is. flip-flop, step out, and lay out, step out. Look at that landing. Beautiful. Watch all the intricate moves with the hands and feet. It's unbelievable.
And now the little stumble right here. Now Lashley Morris, we'll also see her in the floor coming up shortly. And speaking of the floor, that's where we are once again with the Michigan State Spartans and Kelly Moffitt. Got a career high 9.775 just last week here in this floor exercise against Maryland. Injured last year.
Kelly's first pass, pike double back, nails it.
It's been a long road for this sophomore from Indiana, high school valedictorian, but she's had struggles both in her gymnastics life as well as her personal life that she's tried to work through.
Beautiful second pass, handspring, full twisting front flip, bounds right into a pike front.
Michigan State trying to make a comeback here on the floor. They've lost each of the first 2 rotations, and Spartans' all-time record here in Illinois, not impressive. And they've lost their last 6 trips to Champaign, trying to somehow pull out a win.
Kelly finishes with a beautiful back of the half punch, full twist front. Kelly keeps Michigan State rolling on floor.
Looks like it's been their best event so far. This is the second pass for Kelly Moffitt.
Handspring, full twisting layout front, and bounds right into a beautiful pike front. And her dismount is a round-off whip, half turn, and bounds into a front with a full twist. Small bobble on the landing, but overall, a great routine.
Kelly Moffitt very pleased, it would appear, with her performance. And Michigan State trying to straighten things out here in Champaign, but trailing the Illini. It's 30 minutes of highlights, analysis, and features dedicated to the world of Big Ten women's athletics. The Big Ten Women's Show, Mondays only on the Big Ten Network. We take you back to the balance beam. Our next gymnast is Michelle McGrady. The senior who was the high school state beam champion way back in 2004 in Buffalo Grove, Illinois.
Very difficult mount, front flip. And our flight series round off, layout backflip. So far, very solid. 2 very difficult skills, that front flip mount and that layout.
Well, the first 3 Illini gymnasts on the beam have either fallen off or had some bobbles where they've almost gone down. McGrady, pretty strong so far. Looking very resolute.
Very solid. Now she has to finish her dismount. Round off back 1.5 twist. Our first hit beam routine for Illinois tonight.
Well, they needed it. Bob Starkel knows it. And he got it from McGrady.
Watch this dismount. Very strong. Great finish. 1.5 twist. Small step in the landing, but their strongest routine so far.
So Michelle McGrady, who normally excels mostly in the vault, comes up with a very good beam performance tonight. And on the floor for the next Michigan State performance, that's going to be from Catherine Mahoney from Western Springs, Illinois. Now Mahoney just turned 19 years of age on Valentine's Day. Born in Orlando, Florida, but growing up here in the state of Illinois. To the Illinois Gymnastics Institute, as a matter of fact.
Catherine mounts with a pike double back. Very explosive, nice height.
Scheduled to be her only event tonight. So she's had time to concentrate and work on her routine.
Working very nicely. Her leaps are explosive. She's a very powerful tumbler.
Is it easier or more difficult when a gymnast has only one event they're doing in a particular meet?
Most of these girls were all-rounders all the way through high school, so I think it's more difficult to only do one or two events. And beautiful tuck double back, and again, all the power, sometimes she can't even control it. She rebounds on the landing.
Now Michigan State leading the all-time series with Illinois 27-15, but only 6-7 all-time here at Huff Hall.
Catherine, very solid. 3 very powerful routines. Michigan State's going to close the gap here.
And they're whittling away. Catherine Mahoney, the freshman, doing her part here. And this was pass number 2.
Round off back handspring. Look at the height. Tall landing. She doesn't even really have to pull in the tuck tight because she's so high. And her dismount. Bounding front flips, handspring. Front with a full, right to a layout front. Look at the height. She almost looks relaxed. You know she's got the landing. Great finish.
And the English major, who's one of the quieter gymnasts on this team, but very vocal performance there. Now back on the beam, Allison Buckley with 3 beam title wins this season. And they need a good one from her right now.
This is also a very unique mount, a press handstand, basically a strength move. Very nice. And here's her first flight series. Flip-flop, layout step out. The most difficult pass we've seen tonight on beam.
Are you surprised we saw it from a freshman right there?
As a freshman, unbelievable poise and some of the strongest gymnastics we've seen tonight.
Really counting on her in this routine.
Another great combination, split leap right to a standing back. Small bubble on that split leap combination, but up to now, that's only a half-tenth. That's her only break. And let's see if she can finish strong on her dismount. Double twist, beautiful. Allison Buckley, solid. Now watch this mount, Steve. This press handstand, you typically see this in men's gymnastics.
Takes a lot of strength to do that, doesn't it?
And balance, because again, it's easier if she's turned with her hands sideways, but she's straight on the beam, so tough to balance in addition to the strength. And here's that flight series. Layout, step out, layout, step out. Beautiful. And watch the nice height on this dismount. Great set, tight twist, tight form, and sticks the landing.
Best beam routine we've seen from the Fighting Illini so far. And now let's go back to the floor. Michigan State has been sailing right along in this event. Nicole Curler is up next. And Curler figures to add to the success that the Spartans have had, as she's won twice on the floor already this season. She's ranked 25th nationally in this event.
And she mounts running for flop, pipe double back. Wow. Beautiful height.
High school state champion in the floor a couple of years ago in Bay City, Michigan.
Beautiful split leap combination. Great height on her jumps. She comes back, round up whip with a half, 1.5 twist. Great form.
Curler, one of this very strong sophomore class for Michigan State. Sophomores are their best class on the roster. Others like Rochelle Robinson, Kelly Moffitt, Emily Lapatowski, along with Curler. And they're really carrying the load this season for Michigan State. Check out the dismount again from Nicole Curler here.
And it's a handspring, front layout, full twist, right to a punch front. Beautiful height, great finish to that routine.
And showing her personality as well, which is always so important in the floor exercise. Well, Illinois just got jump started on the balance beam a moment ago with Allison Buckley's performance. We'll see if they can continue it with the junior, Julie Kroll. You see 9-9, her best score on this event this season. That's certainly good news. She had 4 event titles a year ago on the balance beam. Second team all Big Ten last season.
And Julie working very smooth right now, some very unique moves in her flight series. Flip-flop layout, step out, beautiful.
And head coach Bob Starkel says that in his 15 years here at Illinois, 9 now as a head coach, Julie Kroll is one of the best beam performers he's ever had, but a little slip a moment ago.
That almost took her off the beam. And again, not one of the most difficult skills, just a little lapse in the thought process, and the foot comes off that quick. Nice aerial cartwheel. Up to now, besides that small slip of the foot, very nice routine. Beautiful dismount, very clean. That's going to score well.
And all the Illini's female athlete newcomer of the year just a couple of years ago, and that's across all sports here at Illinois.
Here's that bobble.
In the men's fifth rotation, Illinois will be
Right here, split leap, and that back foot comes off. Great recovery. Nice turn. And watch that back foot. You can see she's off a little bit. Both feet are on the one side, and that foot comes off.
Julie Kroll, the junior with experience, handled the mistake rather well, and it didn't affect her the rest of the way. And now let's take you back to the floor for the anchor for the Michigan State Spartans. Our last on the floor exercise is Emily Lapatowski, one of the good young sophomores.
20 mounts, round up back handspring, pike double back, beautiful. Great height, great form.
We won't see Emily on the balance beam, so this is her last event as a teenager because she turns 20 tomorrow. She's had a good night so far for the Spartans.
Second pass, front, step out, round of flip double back. Again, beautiful form, nice height.
One of the most personable of the Spartans, although she came from a small town gym, not heavily recruited by any school, but loves East Lansing and has that colorful personality that really comes out in the floor exercise.
Dismounts handspring, front with a full punch front. Great finish.
Spartans really looking good here in this event. As the sophomore from Pennsylvania does her part. Let's take a look at this pass a moment ago after the slight chest bump there.
And here's the front step out, and then right into a round of flip double back. And her last pass. Watch the nice extension, full twisting front, and nice punch front, nice height, great finish.
So good performances across the board for Michigan State here in the floor. Safe to say their best event so far tonight. In the third rotation, Michigan State had their second highest score of the year on the floor. Illinois, their second highest on beam, and the gap has closed here in Champaign, Illinois. The Fighting Illini have led through all three rotations, but Michigan State whittling away as we go to the final rotation next. Tighter meet here after three rotations as Michigan State had a very strong floor exercise, and we're neck and neck as we go to the fourth and final rotation at Huff Hall. And for that final rotation on beam, Michigan State will lead off with the senior Rhiannon Bandescott, followed by the freshman Catherine Mahoney, then Moffett, Rogensack, Morley, and Nicole Curler to round things out. Illinois, meanwhile, on the floor, Melissa Fernandez, the freshman, leads it off. Lindsay Smith goes next, then Lashley Morris, Boderman, Cowart, and Allison Buckley, a freshman, as the anchor for Illinois on the floor tonight. Michigan State ready to begin on beam with Rhiannon Bandescott. Now the Spartans trailed pretty significantly after the first two rotations, narrowed the gap after that third rotation on floor, and now in this fourth rotation, they are moving to what they consider to be their best event, the balance beam.
Michigan State is in control of their own destiny. Solid so far, beautiful flip layout step out.
Bandescott has had a very good season so far, coming off shoulder surgery. Originally went to Central Michigan before transferring following her freshman year. But while there, was nominated for the MAC Freshman of the Year award.
Working very smoothly. And a great dismount, round off full twist. Great start for Michigan State. They're going to keep the pressure on.
This is the dismount for Bandescott.
Swings the leg through. It's a unique dismount off the side of the beam. And of course, the nice landing.
So the pressure swings back to Illinois now as they begin on the floor. And this will be the freshman Melissa Fernandez. One of the most stylish, elegant of the Fighting Illini floor performers.
And she mounts, round the flop, double back in the pike position.
Very loose, carefree. Interesting, Fernandez says that she'd be a surfer if she wasn't a collegiate gymnast.
Beautiful second pass. 2.5 twist right to a punch front.
Maybe catching glimpses of it in the background. There's also a men's meet going on here tonight. This is a dual competition as the Fighting Illini men are hosting Penn State here at Huff Hall as well. Fernandez, former high school state champion in the floor back in Eudora, Kansas.
And let's see if she can finish strong. Here's her final pass. Front handspring, front with a full twist, right to a punch lay out front. Great finish.
And it would seem that Illinois answers Michigan State's strong start on the beam with a good one of their own here on the floor in the final rotation. And this was the last pass.
And again, here's the handspring. Front flip with a full twist, right to a layout front. And there you can see the solid landing.
And Illinois, fourth as a team on the floor right now in the Big Ten Conference, and one gymnast under their belts here in the floor. As we now swing you back to the balance beam for Caitlin Rogensack. Help make that Catherine Mahoney, as there's been a change in the start order. Catherine Mahoney now on beam, second for the Spartans.
Catherine looking strong right now. She's getting ready for her flight series. Full flop, layout, step out. Oh, trouble.
And the first fall for the Spartans. Illinois had one in this event earlier.
Looks like she's gotten her composure back. Nice front flip. Very difficult skill. And a unique one-arm flip-flop out of her split lead. And Catherine's ready for her dismount. Punch front with a full twist. After the fall, very nice finish with some unique difficulty and dance moves.
Now, good composure for the freshman who just turned 19 2 days ago.
And here's the punch front. And don't forget, this is the balance beam, 4 inches wide. It looked like she did that on the floor. So easy.
And then the dismount here.
And again, punch front, full twist. And a nice landing.
So Catherine Mahoney rebounds from the fall for a strong second half of her performance. And now we swing it back to the floor for the Fighting Illini. Lindsay Smith next to go. Junior from Collinsville, Illinois, which is a St. Louis suburb. Coming off her career high in the floor just a couple of weeks ago against Denver at 9.85.
She opens, round up back handspring, pike double back. Back handspring, back on that twist, punch front. Very clean, nice landings.
Well, Illinois trying to hold on to their lead. They've led through all 3 rotations so far. We're now in the 4th and final rotation here at Huff Hall. Started strong here on the floor.
Lindsay's been very clean up to this point. She's ready for her final pass. Round back handspring, tuck double back, nice landing.
Let's go back to the first pass for the junior.
Watch this double pike. Great height, beautiful form, a little rotation, over rotation, but again, it's because it was so high. And here's her final pass, run off the flop, tuck double back. Again, nice high landing, great finish.
I love Lindsay. She says that her favorite thing outside of gymnastics is cleaning, which must make her extremely popular with her roommates. Now we're back on the balance beam. And for Michigan State, this is Kelly Moffitt, sophomore from Indiana, and the 2006 high school state champion in this event.
Pressure's on for Michigan State. They've got to count the rest of these routines. Rock solid 2 back handsprings, so lay out, step out. Nice split leap combination. And there's that full turn we talked about earlier. Very, very clean, very solid. Another nice split leap. She's ready for her dismount. Round off, 1.5 twist, and sticks the landing. Just what Michigan State needed.
And she held the pose. And that's not fake enthusiasm there. Watch the full turn in this routine.
Remember we talked about it's a requirement. That's how it's done. Very smooth, very clean. And watch the footwork here on the full turn. Set. Beautiful.
Now the dismount.
Round off, back 1.5 twist. Nails the landing.
And the coach, the first to congratulate her, realizing that they needed a big performance, and they got it from Kelly Moffitt, the sophomore. Now we're back on floor with the Fighting Illini here. As Lashley Morris is up next. Had a career high last week at the Chicago Style Invitational that was held at Navy Pier in Chicago. 9.775.
Beautiful mount, pike double back.
Illinois was third of the 4 teams last week at the Chicago Style Invitational. UCLA and Stanford were ahead while Washington was in 4th position.
And her second pass, run up back handspring, tuck double back. Oh, trouble on the landing. You could see she bounced off her feet, had to put her hands down. That's a minimum of 3/10. Very dramatic dancer.
The freshman from Florida, very intense, even in this particular event.
And nice finish, front full, punch front. So besides that one bad landing, a very nice routine.
Let's take you back to the first pass here.
And again, watch the height, beautiful form, pike position, double back. Little of rotation.
First up on the high bar for the Illini is Luke Stannard.
And here's her second pass where she had trouble. Round of flip-flop, tuck double back, plenty of height, can easily make this, but just stiff legs the landing, and again, the spring floor works against her and kicks her back, puts her hands down.
Now Bob Starkel looking on, hoping his team can hang on for the victory here tonight. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Big Ten Conference and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Big Ten Conference. It'll be Caitlin Rogensack, the junior, next. She was 3rd last week in the victory over Maryland in this event with a 9.8. Her best score so far this season. Former Illinois State high school champion in the beam some 6 years ago.
She starts with a great split lead combination, very clean, solid. And back handspring, way out, step out, small bobble, not a big deduction.
Michigan State in the Big Ten Conference right now, 4th as a team in the balance beam event. They're going to need every point they can get the rest of the way to fully come back against the Illini, who've led all night.
Caitlin's been very solid. This is a great routine. That's her full turn. Another beautiful split leap. See if she can stick the dismount. Double twist, small hop, overall fantastic set. Here's her flight series. Flip up, step out, layout, step out. Small bobble, but still very good. Look at the height on that split leap and rock solid on the landing.
Now Rogensack getting a hug from the coach. She may only be a junior, but the most experienced gymnast on this Michigan State team. Coming up when they needed her most.
Next on the floor for the Illini, Marika Bonderman.
Now Marika Bonderman, the junior from here in Illinois. 3rd on vault, 3rd on bars so far this evening here at Huff Hall. High school state champion from a couple of years ago.
And mounts, pike double back. Beautiful form, nice landing. picking up the beat here. Second pass, run it back handspring, double twist, very clean, nice landing.
Smiling for the home crowd, of course. This event calls for a gregarious personality more than any other. Boderman, one of the leaders on this team as well. Big pass here.
Run it back whip with a half turn and right into a bounding full twist. Slight bob on the landing.
Next up, number 41 is Chris Long.
Boderman won the all-around against Michigan State as a freshman 2 years ago, and this was her first pass of the routine.
And again, watch the nice form, beautiful pike position, toes are pointed, clean landing. And here's her last pass. Round off, whip with a half turn, and then punches right into a front fall. A little off axis, small step on the landing.
This is the freshman from Indiana, Kelsey Morley, on the beam. And this is her best event. She has 1 win and 2 second-place finishes on the beam this season.
She shows a nice split leap right to a back top combination. Looks very relaxed. Split leap right to a nice jump. Very original. Front walkover and then works your way down to her back on the balance beam. And a very unique combination of skills going back and forth. Flip flop to aerial cartwheel to aerial cartwheel.
It's very confident on the beam. You can tell it's her best event. Poise, confidence, the easy flowing movements.
Aerial front walkover. Up to this point, no major bobbles. And dismounts, front 1.5 twist, and nails the landing.
All right, good result for the freshman from Elkhart, Indiana.
Watch this combination. Flip-flop layout, step out, swings the leg through to aerial cartwheel, swings the leg through again to another aerial.
And Kathy Klegas has had a lot to smile and cheer about here in her beam routines. And the all-around results so far shaping up like this. Allison Buckley, the freshman from Illinois, has the lead. But a pair of Nicoles right behind. And this is over on the floor, Nicole Cowart, who won this event at Iowa earlier in the year with a 9.825. She also won the all-around at Michigan State a year ago, as Illinois won their head-to-head regular season meeting in East Lansing, actually a year ago tomorrow. And also went on to beat the Spartans at the Big Ten Championships later in the year.
Nicole's first pass, pike double back. Beautifully done, great landing.
Now, she was the team's most outstanding gymnast a year ago when she won 10 events.
second pass. Round up back handspring. 2.5 twist punch front and stepped out of bounds. It's only a 1/10 deduction, but nonetheless, in a close competition like that, you need every 10th.
Howard was 4th in the all-around at the Big Ten Championships last season. Making a run at it here tonight. Bob Starkel on one knee right behind her, the head coach.
Finishes with a beautiful whip half turn punch, full twist. Beautiful routine, except for that one break where she stepped out of bounds.
Well, let's go back to the first pass here for the sophomore.
It's a pike double back. Beautifully done. Great height, great position, nice landing.
And now the last pass.
It's a whip back with a half turn, punch, front full twist. Again, very nice, a little off axis, but a very, very nice routine.
Final gymnast of the night for Michigan State is Nicole Curler.
Next on the beam for Michigan State is Nicole Curler.
She has 2 wins on the beam this season. Won the beam just a week ago against Maryland. '2005 National Olympic Junior champion in the beam as well.
And an awesome flight series. We've seen flip-flop layout, step out. She did both flip-flops on one hand.
Let's see why she's going last as the anchor for the Spartan team.
Solid leap combination. Right now looks very confident. And she readies for her dismount. Beautiful full twist off the side of the beam. Great routine, great finish. She keeps the pressure on.
Curler turns 20 in just a week's time. Former first-team All-Big Ten selection from a year ago.
And we've seen this pass all night, but watch, one hand, and then the layout step out. Fantastic, very difficult.
Really got a routine off to such a good start, and then the dismount finished it off.
Swings a leg through on the full twist and nails the landing.
Kathy Klages has had her arms in the air after all of her beam performances here tonight. So Michigan State is done. Now we're down to the final gymnast of the evening for Illinois over on the floor. And that is going to be the freshman Allison Buckley, leading in the all-around and with 3 floor titles already this season and ranked 24th in the nation in this event.
Allison's very explosive on floor, and we'll see it here on her first pass. Front handspring, double full front twist, bounding into a front foot. One of the most difficult front passes we've seen tonight.
Also one of the most animated performances as well.
She comes back, another front pass, front layout to a front with a full twist. Definitely a high energy performer. Great leaps.
Playing to the TV camera even a little bit there.
Trying to get every 10th.
I wonder if she realizes that we can't award points though.
And finishes, pike double back, nails the landing. Wow.
Now that's the exclamation point on the evening for the Fighting Illini, and it comes from a freshman, Allison Buckley from Schaumburg, Illinois.
Here's her first pass again. We've seen this pass with a single twist. Actually, I think that was her middle pass.
Next on the field for the Illini exhibition.
And here's her final pass. Again, even after all that energy in her dancing, look at the beautiful pike position, just drops out of the sky. Great finish.
And Buckley, smile, you're on TV. She knows when the red light's on her. Having fun with the crowd, the camera, and maybe headed for an all-around title here. We'll have to see.